to the Abide Project. My name is Pastor Lloyd Hemstreet.
And I am Reverend Tyler Wagonmaker.
Did you miss me, Tyler?
You know what? There were moments. You were tremendously missed.
Tremendously.
There were moments, Lloyd.
I don't know about that.
Yes.
You know, Cedric filled in and did all the reporting this year, and
Yes, he did.
there's a serious upgrade on his academic capabilities to mine. There's a serious
That's an upgrade, yeah.
upgrade on his knowledge and breadth of CRC church history to mine.
And church order.
And church order to mine.
That's right.
But what I'm probably a little better at is I can keep you under 15 minutes in video. And I'm not sure that Cedric was always up to that task.
That's right. We spurred each other on to greater lengths of time. That's true, yes.
That you were spurring.
Yes, we were spurring. But
hey, and we are talking today.
Yeah, what brings us here, actually?
What brings us here is it is 4 weeks until the Abide Project Convention.
Wow, okay.
And that means that it is time to get signed up and get ready and make our way on our plans to head to Chicago once again this summer. So not only did I serve at Synod this year, but I'm also serving on the Abide Project Convention Committee. And so I have all of the details that you need for that.
Okay.
One of the details is, what's the theme? The theme this year is hold fast. And that is being taken from Hebrews chapter 10, verses 23 through 25. So if you want to remind us of that, then we'll run through some of the speakers.
Hebrews 10, 23 through 25. Let us hold fast. And there it begins like that. Let us hold fast the confession of our hope without wavering. For he who promised is faithful. And let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together, as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another. And all the more as you see the day drawing near.
Yeah, so that is our theme verse. Obviously, all of God's word is very applicable to our lives, but that will be easy to walk through and see how that applies to our denomination as we continue to push one another on and spur one another on towards greater and greater faithfulness to the glory of Christ. So
now there'll be some expounding of the word at the convention,
that is
right?
Certainly
Lloyd?
what we'll be doing. There are going to be plenary speakers. The first one that's going to be getting started with the topic of hold fast is Reverend David Fettis. That's a name that's pretty familiar in CRC circles, I think, Tyler.
I remember when he was the radio minister for the Back to God Hour on the radio ministry. So, and he's spoken before as well. So
Right. So that's who will be starting off. Second, we're going to be focusing on our hope, and Reverend Dave Bosscher is going to be leading us in God's Word in that topic. Next, we have not a minister speaking to us, but Eric Van Dyken is an elder out of Princeburg, Minnesota, I believe it is.
So, yeah.
He was a delegate to Synod 2022, very competent and very thoughtful.
Yes, very thoughtful
leader in the church. And he's going to be bringing us God's word and challenging us to think about what it means to, without wavering, continue to steadfast. Next up is Reverend Jason Rice, Messy Reformation, obviously, podcast, delegate at Synod last year, and this as well as a steering team member of the Abide Project. And so Jason will be talking about he who promised is faithful. And then we have Reverend Ken Benjamins. He's been a minister for a bit longer. I believe it was in the 90s or so. But he is serving out of Dundas,
Ontario? I believe so, yes.
And he's going to be bringing a message calling us to, hey, how is it we're going to continue to build one another up and build up the denomination as well. So those are the plenary speakers spread throughout the event. There's going to be panel discussions as well as other times of organized conversation. And then there's going to be fellowship. One of the things that you're looking forward to, I know.
There's going to be food. There's going to be food there, right? So there's fellowship over food. 2 lunches, a supper, and snacks thrown in as well.
There will be snacks thrown in as well. And
healthy snacks, I'm sure, all very wonderfully healthy snacks.
It'll be good food. So
we'll
have that opportunity to eat together during our 2 days, August 3rd and 4th. That starts on a Thursday morning. We're going to go all day into the evening Thursday. Then Friday will be our second day, and that'll we'll wrap up around 5 p.m. or
Okay.
so on Friday for the second day.
And
so.
this is free, right, Lloyd? This is free?
It's not, and you want to get
That's
your
right.
tickets right away.
Oh,
They're
okay.
$90 right now, and as we get closer, 2 weeks to the event, 10 days to the event, it's going to be bumping up a little bit more. So
Okay.
hurry up and get your tickets. You can go. There'll be a connection in the description to the Eventbrite page where you can go ahead and order your tickets on there.
And if if people don't want to camp out on the lawn of the church also too, what should they do?
There will be we'll be sending out today information about a block of hotel rooms that we have organized and negotiated a little better price on.
Okay.
And so we will have that information coming out, and look for the code for that in either your email or it'll be published around in various places.
Is camping out on the lawn an option?
Camping out on the lawn is not an option in Chicago, I don't believe.
Beautiful summer weather, but
no, they can't quite do that. So some of the other panel discussions, we'll be having a discussion on Synod 2023 with a number of delegates that serve there. Myself, Chad Steenwyk, and Schreur will be one of the delegates.
Herb is fun. Is he going to be wearing overalls? Lloyd, as he said.
I am confident he will be in overalls.
Okay.
And there was a request that all of us wear overalls to be in that panel. I don't know if that will take place or not. We'll see about that. Some of the other panel discussions, there will be one focused on gospel ministry and evangelism. We're going to have, it sounds like, a number of our young adult advisors who spoke so powerfully at Synod this year.
Very powerful. It was really encouraging hearing them on the floor of
They're
Synod.
going to be able to come to us and talk about, hey, their perspective on what took place at Synod this year, as well as what the plans are going forward and where they see this denomination heading. And then there will also be a panel of various steering team members of the Abide Project talking about, hey, where do we go from here? What are the next things that we need to be thinking about and working on?
Okay.
Then, of course, there's worship, too. We were going to be not only worshiping by hearing God's word preached and expounded, but we'll be joining and singing with one another.
Multiple voices.
Yep, coming together. And Reverend Stephen Terpstra will be leading that.
Very accomplished organist.
Yeah. Yep. So, and that was one of the joys from last year, too, was the power of just being together, singing together, hearing God's word together, spend 2 days together. It was a great time. Everyone that missed it last year, they missed out. And you don't want to be the one that misses out 2 years in a row. I mean, how lame would that be? And so
this is the time of redemption. This is the year.
This is the year. There we go. And so go ahead and look it up. Don't put it off. Make your reservations right away and come and join us in Chicago at Calvary Church Oak Lawn campus, and we look forward to being together with you in 4 weeks.
Looking forward to that, Lloyd.